And Madam Speaker, the excitement here is informed by the fact that, to my mind, any effort that would lead us toward alleviating the pain caused by cancer in this country is very much supported. Madam Speaker, cancer has become a calamity in this country. Not only is it a painful experience for the patient, it is also extremely painful for the caregivers, the families, and all those affected by this extremely dangerous killer, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the effort by Honorable Rahim is seeking to amend the Principal Act by inserting new definitions, Mr. Speaker. It is seeking to insert a definition on e-health and goes ahead to describe e-health as the combined use of electronic communication and information technology in the health center. Madam Speaker, it also seeks to define telemedicine, the provision of healthcare services and sharing of medical knowledge over distance using telecommunication, and includes consultative, diagnostic, and treatment services. Madam Speaker, there is also an effort for us to amend this Principal Act by enacting regulations to the bill that contains the rules that will govern the use of e-health and telemedicine platforms in Kenya, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, as I said, cancer is proving to be a calamity. Not only is it painful, we know, Madam Speaker, that whenever there is a cancer case in any family, that family could be one ailment, one treatment, one chemotherapy, chemotherapy treatment away from poverty, because this disease has become extremely expensive to control, to manage, and to treat, when possible to treat it, Madam Speaker. So, Madam Speaker, if we could take advantage of the progress in technology today to be able to alleviate some of the pain that is faced by patients, their caregivers, their guardians, and their family, that effort is very much welcome. Madam Speaker, your alma mater, the Kenyatta University, has since instituted a hospital, Madam Speaker. The very impressive Kenyatta University referral and hospital, Madam Speaker. If you go to KU Hospital, you will find a very advanced technology in the name of a cyber knife. Madam Speaker, this cyber knife is able to attend to cancer growths without any penetration under the skin. It is an undisruptive way to attend to tumors and malignant growths in cancer patients without having to tear under the skin. Such technology, Madam Speaker, has to be recognized as a great effort towards healing cancer where possible, Madam Speaker. But the bigger effort with this amendment, Madam Speaker, is to be able to take advantage of technology so that diagnosis, management, treatment of cancer can even be done remotely using the technology that is available today. Madam Speaker, a patient with such amendments shall not be required to physically move to where the oncologist is based for them to get care, for them to get treatment, so that a patient in a place far out, maybe in Tunyai or Shiakariga or Mitongo in Tharaka Nithi, is able to get specialized attention from a very accomplished oncologist. And for this case, let me use the example of Dr. Kiarie, who is a famous oncologist in this country. This patient will be able to get such care without having to travel to the Nairobi hospital, without having to travel to Nairobi. This patient is able to receive such professional care in the comfort and the confines of their place of origin, whether it be to Nyai or Mitungu or Shiakariga in Tharaka, Madam Speaker. So the effort to amend by the Honorable Rahim is extremely welcome to my mind. Madam Speaker, there shall be need for us to be able to dispatch medicine using technology. For example, if drones come to use and they become a mainstream tool for use in delivery of healthcare products and inputs and medicine, Madam Speaker, then we might need to revise the Principal Act for it to attend to such development in technology. Madam Speaker, there are so many Kenyans who are now relying on their devices, their mobile devices, to be able to get knowledge, Madam Speaker, to be able to get information, to be able to study further on some of the issues that are affecting them. No less, Madam Speaker, cancer patients. Cancer treatment requires so much information. Information that a patient might not be able to get in a normal visit, a consultation visit with a doctor, knowing how few oncologists in this country we have, Madam Speaker. So much so that one oncologist is attending to hundreds, if not thousands of patients at any given time. So the face time between a doctor and a patient is limited to the time that is available to this doctor to see the patient. Madam Speaker, with available new devices, with the availability of connectivity, with the great effort that we are trying to put as a country by introducing the digital superhighway, Madam Speaker, the digital superhighway, which is even calling on members of parliament here to be able to install digital innovation hubs in their constituencies. These become points of reference, points of information where each and every single patient is able to, from the comfort of their house using a device, or even by visiting such a connected center, Madam Speaker, to get information that is critical in the treatment of these very dangerous ailment known as cancer. Madam Speaker, technology is always advancing, and so our laws also need to keep up with the times. Madam Speaker, the Principal Act, as it was being authored, might not have taken to cognizance the advancements that are happening in the fourth industrial revolution. So the effort by Honorable Rahim to bring in technology, in the use of technology in attending to patients and situations of cancer is very much welcome. Madam Speaker, the Honorable Rahim does speak to the use of technology in healthcare. And even as we speak today, Madam Speaker, as you go around, you will find that there are very many e-health providers in this country, electronic health providers, Madam Speaker. You know of corporate entities, private entities, such as MyDawa, who are trying to put e-health as a commonplace in attending to ailments, Madam Speaker. mHealth Kenya, we have Health in it, we have Med Africa, Access Africa, Nyumbani Medics, Medbit Kenya, Selfa Health, Madam Speaker. And all these are just examples of efforts that are out there to be able to keep up with technology in better provision of healthcare, even beyond cancer treatments, Madam Speaker. So, Madam Speaker, I do support vehemently the effort by the Honorable Rahim Dawood to be able to bring e-health and telemedicine onto the platform as a way of attending to a calamity called cancer. Madam Speaker, I will take this last minute to thank colleague honorable members who stepped out of their way to be able to assist me at a time when a family member was battling with cancer, Madam Speaker. Early this year, my father was diagnosed with a very aggressive case of colon cancer, Madam Speaker. And honorable members here, Madam Speaker, were magnanimous enough to stand with our family, not only with the emotional support, the moral support, but even the financial support.
Give him a minute to complete that statement. 1 minute.
Madam Speaker, I really appreciate. I will not take more than a minute. I was ending to say, Madam Speaker, as a family, we were able to learn firsthand how difficult it is to attend to a case of cancer, that it does not matter how well off you think you are as a family. One cancer case in the family is enough to drive any family into poverty. And so any effort, Madam Speaker, that would be able to alleviate this tragedy of cancer is very welcome, and I thank Honorable Rahim Dawood for this effort, and I ask members to support him in his effort to amend the Mother Act towards e-health and telemedicine. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. The Honorable Joshua Mwalio, member for Masinga.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.